Hi everyone! My Argentine vacation continues. What do you think you can see in the country in 7 days? In fact, there are so many sights to see here that a month would not be enough. That's why I've chosen the most striking natural sights of wild Argentina. You're on the Jan Bujal channel. Let's go! Dangerous jungle. And here's a sign that shows that nosy monkeys aren't so cute after all. Nature's traps. These snow-white shores are not snow. And the menacing glacier. It moves 1 centimeter a day. All this is only possible in Argentina. It's unbelievable. It really is a wonder of the world. The locals here like to turn it down a notch. There's a lot of Argentinians who want to freeze. They're funny, going down the devil's throat. My hands are shaking and I'm getting goosebumps. 5 countries in one. You don't believe me? Then watch this. Let's go. Where does wild Argentina begin? For me, a long-time dream of going down the devil's throat. How does that sound, huh? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, bear with me, I'll explain. In the meantime, let's go to Iguazu National Park. Here you can see wild monkeys, or you can see these nosuchas. These are the local raccoons.
Come here, they're getting away. You guys are adorable. Hi. Hi, baby.
But if you want to pet a nosy monkey, think twice. And here's a sign that shows that nosy monkeys aren't so cute after all. Because not only can they bite you and kick your ass, they can also steal things. Iguazu Park is just bombastic nature. There are not only rhinoceroses but also butterflies and giant ants. There are even cheetahs and pumas. I don't really want to bump into them. You know, I'm walking through the jungle right now, and there's an old children's song playing in my head. It's Saturday morning, I'm sleepy, sleep is for tired.
Grown-ups, we invite those who are desperate into the wild jungle soon.
Look, there are street musicians in the jungle too. Yeah, and TikTok has made it to the jungle. Iguazu Park has a twin brother. It's also called Iguazu Park, but it lives in Brazil. Confused? The answer is simple. The same green space with waterfalls is shared between the two countries. That's the Brazilian side over there. So maybe we should just go over there. No, later. There's still plenty of interesting places left in Argentina. Remember, the devil's throat awaits us. In the meantime, let's get closer to the falls. Iguazu means big water in the local tribal language. And this water, Guasu, is big. And look at that, it's not named that by accident. In total, in the park and on both sides of the border, 275 waterfalls rumble. Just think about this figure. The length of the waterfalls is 2,700 meters. You can imagine practically 3 kilometers long area from which falls just some cosmic amount of tons of water. In the meantime, I'm going to try to get close to the most powerful waterfall in the world. It's got a decent name. You guessed it, didn't you? Devil's Throat. Now, why is everyone cutting in line? To get to the boat, you have to climb like about 200 stairs first. And judging by the people, it's a lot easier going down than it is going up. They say the best way to see the devil's throat from the water is from the Argentine side. So there's a raincoat, and now we're going to get wet. I'm ready in just a few minutes to say I'm excited.
Is an understatement. My hands are shaking and I have goosebumps.
Looks like the fun is about to begin. I thought we told everyone to put away all their valuables.
We warned you for a reason. I feel like all the water in the world is coming down on me.
That one. If I want to see something, I'll try again and again. It's a dream. You can't give up on it. Attempt number 2. Let's see the devil's throat from up there. And to get there, you can take a train like this. Here's a tip. Get in the last carriage. There's no one here.
It's a quick ride, but the water's so calm, I feel like I'm in the wrong place. You know how it is in the movies? A boat is sailing calmly, everyone is enjoying the sun, relaxing, and then, when they suddenly see that there is a cliff ahead, they all start rowing in the other direction to avoid falling. I think that's what I was thinking. This could have been filmed here. It is believed that from the Argentine side, the power of the waterfalls is felt better. There's a reason why up to 2 million tourists come here every year, but so far, it's been suspiciously quiet. More power, please. No way! Oh, I'm not allowed to say that. In 1 second, this waterfall drops almost 20 tons of water on the ground. 1 second.
Already.
I'm trying to express emotion right now, but when I start to say something, I immediately want to roar because you have to see it. I'm serious. No camera will ever convey it. When I was looking at the devil's boat below, we didn't go near it. But when I was looking below, I thought, oh well, yeah, it looks pretty good. But what's here? It's unbelievable. It's well deserved, 100% well deserved. Notice the rainbow in the devil's throat? It's always hanging there like it's got no chance of getting out, isn't it? In fact, the waterfall was nicknamed the devil's throat because in the past, travelers had no chance of surviving an encounter with it. But the local tribes believed that in the water lives a huge serpent guarding the untold treasures of the nymph, like our Goranik. After all these fairy tale wonders, my heart is pounding so hard that it's hot. I think it's time to cool off. Good thing there's a special bar nearby. And as you can see, there are a lot of people who want to do that. Such a place near Iguazu Park is called Ice Bar. It is very popular with tourists. Ready for the cold? Almost. It's -10 inside. What are your odds? Will I freeze in shorts or not? That's how many Argentines want to freeze. They're funny. You can do it here for free. Let's go. In these bars, people usually dance to keep warm and drink hot drinks.
The whole interior is made of ice, even the glasses. Me and my penguin.
Don't sit in the cold is the motto of every mom in the world. Mom, don't look, I'll be up soon. It's cold, I can't, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. 40 minutes inside the bar wasn't enough for me. After half an hour, I ran happily outside. I remembered what winter was like and all the more joyful to be back in summer again.
Oh, how cold I was. If I were a Calibri bird, the cold would have put it into a special state called torpor, like hibernation in bears, when the heart rate slows from 1,200 to 40 beats, and the body temperature can drop to 3 degrees.
Yeah, they're Calibri.
They're very small. It's very interesting that this is actually a private home, and people are just enthusiastic. They put up feeders.
You've heard that, haven't you? Roughly speaking, they fed them. Now you can come here like a museum. While the Calibri drink the sweet liquid from the feeders, they're easy to admire. Well, I'd say the other birds have fed here pretty well too. The owner of the house told me how it all began.
My grandmother and mother lived in the countryside, and my mother had seen Calibri since she was a little girl. When she moved to the city, she decided to attract Calibri here, so she planted this garden. Gradually, the Calibri attracted gnats, and the gnats attracted other birds. As a result, the garden is now home to all sorts of people.
This is the first time I've ever seen so many Calibri at one time. And something else I'm about to see for the first time. 2 kilometers from the Calibri garden is the place of 3 borders, Ito Tres Fronteras. For the first time in my life, I will be able to see 3 countries from one point. I am now in Argentina, this is the coast of Paraguay, and this is Brazil. It's amazingly simple. It's a simple river and 3 banks, but it's actually 3 countries. And 2 rivers. A simple river, 2 rivers, 3 countries, 3 banks. A simple river, 2 rivers, 3 countries, 3 banks. Amazingly simple. What the hell are you talking about? The place itself, Tres Fronteras, is a small park on the high bank of the river. If you look closely, you can see the Iguazu flowing into the Parana River. The Iguazu is so brown and the Parana is blue. Guess what I should just have to do to remember this forever? I'm going to do my favorite thing, which is to send myself memories. Well, and not just to myself. Write comments below this video. And to the authors of the 3 most popular comments, I'll send postcards on one of my next trips. Compared to Buenos Aires, Iguazu is just another planet. Everything is different here. Tropical animals, nature, different people, more Indian type. Let's go and have some local food. The traditional dish of this area is llama. And if you knew how much I don't want to try it... But, I should tell you what it tastes like. Melanesa del llama. By the way, I'm in a restaurant right now that has a sing-along format, which means there's always singing. And I'm all llama or something. I've been told that llama tastes like lamb. I'm not a big fan of lamb. It doesn't cut very easily, but it smells good. I can't quite put my finger on what it tastes like. Probably more like beef. I had llama for the first time in my life and didn't understand. Was the meat tough because it wasn't cooked well? Or is it always like that? Dog, I'm not having llama. Are you having llama? Ready? Why are you such a dumbass? Well done! You see what a diverse crowd we have here.
Enjoy your meal, dog. I'm going where you don't want to go or you'll die. What a nightmare! Why is it so cold, huh?
Continue to next part. Continue to next
Did you believe
part.
me?
Continue
Actually,
to
this
next
snow-white
part.
shore is
Continue
not
to
snow
next
at all.
part.
It's
Continue to
Argentina's
next
largest
part.
salt marsh,
Continue to
Salinas
next part.
Grandes.
Continue to next part. Continue to next part.
Salinas Grandes is almost 90 square kilometers in area. That's almost 4 times the size of Moscow.
Continue to next part. Continue to next part.
And here they also dig pools like this, 90 centimeters deep. Salt crystallizes here and is already used for food. Salinas Grandes is the bottom of a dried up lake where the water quickly evaporates due to extreme heat and winds, leaving only a salt crust. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Be sure to wear sunglasses in places like this. Locals say you can even burn your retinas. You could make movies here as if you were in Antarctica. Just make sure there's no snowball fight in the script. Otherwise it'll hurt everyone. And after the rain, this place becomes magical. The surface becomes mirror-like. The clouds are reflected in the water. And isn't that the best place for photos? But I didn't manage to walk for long. In Argentina, the weather changes in a split second.
You saw it yourself just now. The weather is wonderful, but suddenly there was a strong wind that just blows you off your feet. It's so hard to see. So the weather is really
The weather is so raging that it became clear. There is nothing to catch here, if only sand in the mouth and eyes. Let's hide from the weather in a place with a funny name. Let's go to Jujuy. I started by asking the most important question to me. Who can become a gaucho?
A child of 4 or 5 years old who already knows how to ride a horse well can become a gaucho.
The horse is very important to you and you eat them? That's right.
It's an old horse. I'm 71 years old. She's been with me all her life. I take care of her.
I met a real gaucho. I just didn't know if they ate horses. But as we drove on, I came across a place that made me forget all about the gauchos. We watched a very famous Argentine movie called Wild Tales. To be honest, the movie is so-so, I don't really like it. But one of the stories took place here. 2 guys had a disagreement on this road here. In the end, one of them was changing a tire on this side of the road, and then they rolled down this cliff together. And it was near this bridge. I got over the bridge with no problem, and I got to another beautiful place. The
The village of Purmamarca is in the province of Jujuy, but in Spanish it's pronounced X in both cases. Here's just a question. What do they call the locals here? Who has what options? Let me know in the comments. Of course, I didn't come here because of the name, but in pursuit of the next wonder of the world. But first, let's take a closer look at Purmamarca. This town is so small to the point of being tiny. It's about 12 blocks. And it seems to me that all the locals here live only on tourism. But there are plenty of tourists, because the town sits at the foot of the famous Seven Flowers Mountain. And right in it, there is a convenient observation deck. It's great that it's right in the city, and it's surrounded by mountains. According to scientists, the Seven Flowers Mountain was born about 80 million years ago when rocks of different colors were gradually exposed under the pressure of rains and winds. I feel like someone spilled paint on top of it. Each layer has a different composition. Green is copper, red is iron, pink is red clay and sand, white is limestone. It's an interesting place. But to be honest, I was expecting to see something on a larger scale. I read that there's a mountain of 14 colors not far from here. I suggest you go there and see it. And it's the Serene de Ornacal. It has 14 flowers. That's twice as many. Oh, really? Are you seeing this? Arquette, what are you doing to me? I thought it couldn't get any better, but look at this. There's a reason they say nature is the best artist in the world, and neither is a sculptor. And the best proof of that is these W-shaped mountains, which range in color from bright beet to terracotta. Scientists believe that these mountains were formed when there was still an ocean here, and dinosaurs walked on the shore, and the range bloomed due to the breakdown of rocks. The Serene de Ornacal is a mountain range that binds Argentina, Peru, and Bolivia together. They say that if you look from above, you can distinguish not even 14 colors, but as many as 33. I don't know about you, but I liked Serene de Ornacal much better than the Mountain of Seven Colors. And you write in the comments which mountain you liked more? I'm curious. Argentina wouldn't be Argentina if we didn't constantly meet adorable locals along the way. Hello girls, how are you doing? What's that you're eating over there? It's good, isn't it? Vicuña is a distant relative of the camel, by the way. Hi baby, relax, I'm just taking a picture. And when you fly a quadcopter, the vicuñas transform into regular kittens. Look at them trying to catch a shadow. I don't know if you want to come to Argentina, and after this video, you say, well, there's nothing to do there. People, what's wrong with you? It's an awesome country. And I haven't even gotten to the south of the country yet. What's gonna happen there? Yeah, it's time to go south. Let's go. Hey. come across a party. You can't not have fun in this country. I'm in the town of El Volcano. Today, it seems like Carnival is in full swing, doesn't it? Actually, it's just a rehearsal. I think we're the only tourists here because it's mostly locals. Each village prepares its own carnival pipe, sews costumes, and then everyone comes to town and joins in the procession. I realized you have to hit the people in costumes with that snow. The main theme of Carnival is fun, and fun here is symbolized by, you won't believe it, the devil. It's a tropical doll that sits at the carnival while people eat, drink, and dance. At the end of the carnival, the devil must be burned or buried. But it's time to move further south. Carnivals can be a bit of a drag, you know. You remember that in Argentina, the further south you go, the colder it gets, and it's also home to the most beautiful glacier in the world. It's unbelievable, and this is just a small part of a huge glacier. Perito Moreno is the third largest glacier on Earth. Unlike many glaciers, it's not melting most of the time. It's growing. It's blowing so hard. I'm about to be lifted up and blown away like Ellie's cabin. But let me tell you why the glacier is so blue anyway.
Oh no, I won't. I'm not telling you at all.
The wind doesn't look like it's going to stop. So I'm gonna go behind the scenes. Ice turns white because of air bubbles. And over time, the glacier compresses so much that the air bubbles shrink. And that's what gives it that sky blue color. I look at the glacier and it looks like it's stationary. But in fact, it moves 1 centimeter a day. Can you imagine this whole thing is moving 1 centimeter closer to the shore? It turns out that every few years, the glacier crashes into the lakeshore, which in turn responds in kind. Under the pressure of the increased water level, it breaks through the glacier, and it starts all over again. It's about 70 meters high. Can you imagine 20 stories, and periodically these floors just collapse. With such a bang. Pause. Because the glacier is constantly moving and losing pieces, it always looks different in tourists' photos. It's great to see the ladies just falling off. Just like that, you're driving down the road and there are ostriches running around. I decided to look at another unique peak in Patagonia, Smoky Mount Fitzroy. There's no smoke, but a lot of people see it. That's because the peak is often enveloped in thick clouds, so it looks like it's smoking. But I was lucky. For me, Fitzroy was revealed in all its glory. Fitzroy's friendliness. It's on the list of the most dangerous mountains on the planet to climb. Look how beautiful it is. It looks like it's been painted. You know, desktop photo wallpaper. Fitzroy's only been climbed once. And it's not just the altitude. There are much higher mountains. It's that its icy slopes are practically vertical. Fitzroy Peak is on the border between Argentina and Chile. But in fact, the two nations still can't determine where that border is. And even if you look at Google Maps, it just isn't there. But for those tourists who are not going to conquer Fitzroy, you can just walk around in the neighborhood in the park. You know what the most amazing thing is? Here, in the south of Argentina, the nature is very similar to ours.
I don't know why, but it's so nice.
No one. Only 1 kilometer to go and I'll reach the Capri Lagoon.
The first views are opening up.
Scary, by the way. But scary beautiful.
People come here with pets to rest. Have you noticed how clear the water is? It's very cozy to sit here. It's a magnificent lagoon, and then there's a lagoon up here called Della Stress, and it's this amazing blue color. But I'm not gonna make it there. I got here this afternoon, and if I go any further, I'll be coming back in the dark, and that's dangerous. So I'll have a drone look instead. Argentina is unbelievable. I've never seen such a combination of wonders anywhere. Just think, you come to one country and you're in several. There are waterfalls like in South Africa, colorful mountains like Peru, a glacier like in Iceland, a salt marsh like Bolivia. It's like traveling around the world, isn't it? Well, I made it all the way to the south of Argentina, and there's a ship waiting in the harbor to take me to Antarctica. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode. Put likes and leave comments. And remember, with me, you will miss the places you have not been yet.